Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Post-Race Reddit, where I go through the NASCAR Reddit page and go through the post-race discussion, and I pick out my favorite comments. So the way this works, every week I'll go through the comments and I'll pick out some people's comments, and if you see your Reddit name in here and you personally don't want to be in these videos anymore, let me know and I no longer will use these comments. I'm hoping these videos begin to pop off a little bit and I'll do it on my own Reddit page and people will be able to send in their comments. But for now, we are doing this. I would also like to say, if you have watched any of my videos this week or last week, I am very late on some of my videos because I've been in Vegas. I went to Phoenix Raceway. So the last 2 weeks have been very busy for me, and I also have an actual job as well because I don't make any money from any of this as of yet. So I am late on all my videos this week. So I do apologize, but next week we will be back on our normal schedule. So expect post-race Reddit to come out on Monday and a lot of my other videos coming out at the same time as they usually would on a normal week. But let's get into this week's edition of post-race Reddit, post Las Vegas Motor Speedway. All right, so this first one is from Them Cheating Toyotas. Okay, let me turn this over here then. Man, this season has been so incredibly rewarding as a Bubba fan. You're a Bubba fan, though? Them Cheating Toyotas, but he's a Bubba fan, okay? I'm sure the Bubba bros know what I mean when I say he is finally becoming what we have all seen in him for a long time. It's only a matter of time until the multi-win seasons become common. He's had a fantastic start to the year. It's been an amazing start of the year for Bubba Wallace. His worst finish is 11th. Every other race he's finished in the top 10. That 11th place was at Circuit of the Americas, and he doesn't consider himself a very good road course racer. Every other race he's finished in the top 10. He's currently second in points. Reddick is still the points leader. It's been a fantastic start of the season for Bubba Wallace, 2311 Racing. Bubba Wallace might even impress me. Obviously, Reddick has the 3 wins, but with the fact that Bubba Wallace has finished in the top 10 for every race except for getting 11th, and some of these tracks aren't necessarily his strongest race tracks, where Reddick, I think there is a higher expectation. Bubba has really impressed the crap out of me to start this season, and I can see him getting 2, 3, 4, 5 wins this season, potentially. Who knows? The ceiling is currently lifting for Bubba Wallace. Number 2 I got here is Dead as Fuck MIW, and I think this is referencing the Suarez Chastain fight. It's a NASCAR Thunder 2004 ass fight. I think that's from it's obviously NASCAR Thunder 2004 or 2003, I would say, maybe even 2002. But yeah, I would agree. But that's just the way it is right now because NASCAR doesn't really want them to fight, and no one wants to get fined. So it's just what you're gonna get, unfortunately, right now. But that's freaking hilarious. That's what it was. It was a NASCAR Thunder ass fight. All right, the next one I got here is from the Blind Bandit 51. Fox showed the points. This is not a drill. I find that hilarious. I'm not at home watching the race the last 2 weeks, and they finally decided to show the points. I think they've just gotten enough complaints and enough talks about it. They finally decided to show the points, and it sounds like they showed the points for Las Vegas. That's freaking awesome. The next one is I comment on crap. Denny, your father died. How do you feel now? Mike Joy says this touching moment is brought to you by Arby's, and that's from Cody Mac 8 with the assist on that. Oh man, that's wrong. NW Drive, Denny Hamlin's villain arc has officially ended just now. I agree. I think his villain arc is over. I'm always a big fan of the driver with the black hat. I followed Denny Hamlin his whole career. A lot of his career he didn't have the black hat. Denny Hamlin's been one of my favorite drivers for his whole career. He's been one of my favorites. I'm from Virginia. He's from Virginia. I'm always going to support someone from my home state. My favorite driver has always been Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch had the black hat for a while. The last couple of years, Denny Hamlin's had the black hat, and I think the black hat's gone from Hamlin. I think he's no longer he's turned babyface. You know, he's turned babyface at this point. He's no longer a heel. He's had his babyface turn, I would say. And yeah, I was at Las Vegas on Sunday. Even last year when he got his 60th win, I would say it was a good amount of cheers just because of everything he was going through with his dad and the way his interview went. It was everybody noticed it was very emotional, but I still heard boos. There was still, I would say, like 20 or 30% boos, and the rest were cheers when I was at Vegas for his 60th win. But this year, for his 61st win, I don't think I heard a single person boo. Was there probably a couple people booing? Sure. I would agree there probably was, and I just didn't hear them. But I heard I heard cheers. I would guess there was at least 95% cheers. That was, yeah, everybody loved that. Everybody was really happy about that 61st win, and I think the villain arc is over. I would agree. This one from Psy2828. Denny's mom being there got me. I agree. I was actually there, and I walked up to her at one point and just said, because she was walking around with the checkered flag, like holding it like this, and at one point she opened up the little divider and walked through, left victory lane, and was just walking around a little bit. And I eventually walked up to her and was like, I'm happy for you and your family. This is an amazing moment for you and your family. It was just awesome to see. And I just congratulated her pretty much. She was very sweet. At one point, I think she let in, I don't know if it was a family friend or not. I personally think it probably wasn't a family friend because they would have had some sort of pass or something. But just a woman wearing a bunch of Denny Hamlin gear was standing over there. And she brought her into Victory Lane to take some quick pictures with Denny Hamlin in Victory Lane and then sent her back on her way. There was a group of 2 or 3 fans on the, I'd say balcony, the upper level, the upper deck. Upper deck, I think, would be a better term. Up on the upper deck, with the big ass Denny Hamlin flag. And she asked, "You want my son to autograph it?" She was asking them if they want an autograph on the flag, and they already had an autograph on the flag. They said, but it's just she was just really sweet. The only reason I ended up getting a video of Denny Hamlin after the race, because I've already had his autograph a couple of times. I've met him a bunch of times, but I just wanted to get a quick video, like a selfie sort of video with him after the race, just because he won the race, and it was a great moment for him. I was real happy for him and his family. And the only reason I did is because he was about to go in the media center, but the PR was sending him on his way. Me and a couple group of fans that were on the opposite side of the victory lane. He was only on the one side. On the opposite side of the victory lane, his mom sent him back real quick. It's like, you go talk to those people real quick and get some autograph and give out some autographs to some of those people over there. Just really sweet lady, and overall just really happy for Denny and his family. It's just a really beautiful moment. And this was part of the beautiful moment right here. AZE USA. I know Dad's still saying that's my boy. And then Haterade Addict. I'm gonna cry. I agree with Haterade Addict on this one. That was it was heartwarming and heart wrenching kind of at the same time. It was just a really, really beautiful moment, almost like a healing sort of moment, I would say, for not just Denny, for that whole family. Everybody was so happy. At one point, I was in Victory Lane. Taylor, that's Denny's oldest daughter. Once Taylor saw Coach Gibbs walk into Victory Lane, she like sprinted to him and just gave him like the biggest, tightest hug that she possibly could give. And they held on to each other for like 30-40 seconds and had like a little conversation. Obviously, I couldn't hear what was said, but it was probably pretty heartfelt, probably about her granddad, and probably just about that and about the win, stuff like that, I would guess. Just a really heartwarming moment for Denny and his family. And that front stretch interview that you're referencing, that was wild. That was pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna cry, you know. And on the lighter side of things, we got Pain Train 1819999. I will shove a watermelon up your ass, amigo. I'm not a lip reader. I don't know if that one was said, but that's great. That's freaking great. I would have really liked for them to go at it. I don't know who I would probably if I had to put my money on one of them, I'd probably say Suarez, because Suarez was able to take down McDowell, and McDowell is a big guy. McDowell isn't small, and both of those guys are smaller. So, but I would have to probably put my money on Suarez, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chastain takes him down because Chastain seems a little scrappy, and he got in a quick punch on Gregson. So maybe it's Chastain. I would like to see it though. I would definitely like to see it. And the final one we got here, I think, is from ML Boy L. Random dude walking around Victory Lane wearing a Michael Jordan White Sox jersey. Hell yeah. I saw him down there. He was wearing the black White Sox jersey, just walking around Victory Lane, just strutting down there with that jersey. That was pretty funny and pretty awesome to see. Of course, Michael Jordan wasn't. I don't think he was there this weekend at Vegas. I don't think he was. I might be wrong. I didn't watch on TV, and I didn't see him around in the garage. So maybe he was there. I'm not sure. I don't think he was. So, but that would have been really cool to see if Michael Jordan was there this week. I've never seen Michael Jordan in person. So that would have been, obviously I wouldn't get in a word edgewise, but I would like to see him in person. But just another great moment for like Denny and 2311 and Toyota have just had such a strong. Toyotas look like the king of the hill right now, I would say, in the Cup Series. Just awesome for Toyota to start this year. I can turn this hat frontwards now, I think. There you go. All right, and that'll actually do it for this week's edition of Post Race Reddit. Like I said, next week expected on its normal time on Monday. Expected probably early Monday morning next week, like how it normally comes out. And it's probably going to be like that until I go to San Diego, and it could be a couple days later after San Diego. We'll see how all that goes. I don't plan on staying in San Diego past Monday. I'm going to be leaving Monday morning, so maybe we'll get it out a little earlier in the week. We'll have to see how work goes for that. But for now, expect all my videos and all my, if you listen on Spotify for some of my different shows as well, expect all that to come out on its normal days. But for now, I'm Trackside Larry saying peace.